A ruthless cartel assassin has a change of heart and kidnaps the daughter of the crime boss he works for. Why? To exact revenge for his wrongly imprisoned son. But who will protect the girl once the cartel finds out? Welcome to our channel. It's time for some late night viewing recommendations. First up is Knock at the Cabin, an effective, if familiar, brutal thriller from director M. Night Shyamalan. A young gay couple and their adopted daughter are enjoying a weekend away in a remote cabin when they are interrupted by four armed strangers. They demand that the family make a terrible choice in order to prevent the end of the world. Written by Steve Desmond, M. Night, and Andrew Kevin Walker. Knock at the Cabin is a paranoid thriller that plays into primal fears of contamination and contagion. The film doesn't have the same inventiveness as some of Shyamalan's previous work, but it does feature strong performances from its cast, especially from Jonathan Groff as the film's frantic father. Next up, we have a 2021 action drama called Kate. This is a ruthless neo-noir thriller about a hit woman who is poisoned and has only 24 hours to get her revenge. Kate is a stylishly violent action movie that is reminiscent of films like Leon and The Long Kiss Goodnight. Mary Elizabeth Winstead shines in the title role, turning in one of the best performances of her career. While the plot is nothing to write home about, Kate is still worth watching for Winstead's ferocious turn alone. Watch the whole thing just so you can see her absolutely lose it near the end when she confronts her betrayer. It's brutal, it's funny, and it's unforgettable. Also available on Netflix is the underrated comedy Stutz. This is a 2022 comedy written, directed by, and starring Jerry Seinfeld. Many critics hated this film, but I thought it was hilarious. Stutz is about a successful comedian who travels to Los Angeles to seek help from a controversial therapist. This is not your average comedy, and it's definitely not for everyone. But if you can stomach some gross-out humor and some cringe-inducing scenes, then you'll be in for a night of side-splitting fun. Some of the jokes don't land, but the ones that do really stick. And I think it's worth watching just for that. But what should you watch if you want something completely different from everything I've just mentioned? Well, why not check out Bullet Train? It's a wild action comedy with an incredible ensemble cast, including Brad Pitt, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Joey King, and Andrew Koji. When a group of assassins find themselves on the same high-speed train from Tokyo to Kyoto, they must put aside their differences and work together to survive. This film is over the top, ludicrous and silly, but it's also extremely entertaining. The action scenes are well staged, the fight choreography is top-notch, and there are plenty of laughs to go around. Bullet Train is a blast from start to finish. So, which of these movies is right for you? Well, that depends on what kind of mood you're in. If you're looking for a tense, suspenseful thriller, then Knock at the Cabin or Kate is the way to go. But if you need a laugh, then you can't go wrong with Stutz or Bullet Train. No matter what you choose, though, you're in for a night of great entertainment. And speaking of great entertainment, don't forget to stay tuned for more videos like this one. We release multiple videos every single day, so there's always fresh, new content for you to enjoy. So sit back, relax, and let us keep you entertained all night long. Now it is time to take a look at some of the biggest news stories from the world of entertainment. But before we do that, let me just say thank you for clicking on this video. It means a lot to me, and it helps my channel grow. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Now, let's get back to the news. Zach Cregger S. Brutal, paranoia-fueled thriller about a relentless killer on the hunt for his kidnapped daughter is getting the limited theatrical release it deserves. Before coming to Netflix on December, intersecting storylines gradually converge in this slow-burning thriller about grief, obsession, and revenge. But what makes it stand out is its panic attack finale that will leave audiences breathless. The story revolves around two timelines, both of which begin with the murder of a young woman. In the first timeline, we meet a ruthless cartel assassin known simply as Man. Years ago, his son was framed and imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. And ever since, he's been plotting his revenge. In the second timeline, we meet James, a mysterious drifter who was searching for his estranged daughter. When his search leads him to a rundown motel, he becomes entangled in the dangerous game being played out by the cartel. As the story unfolds, we learn that the young woman who was murdered in both timelines was the daughter of the cartel boss. And in both cases, the killer was hired by James. However, James's motives for killing her are unclear. Is he a loving father who wants to avenge his daughter's death? Or is he a psychopath who takes pleasure in violence? The ambiguity surrounding James's character is what makes the film so compelling. The performances are excellent, particularly from the two leads. Scott Adkins is menacing as man, a man driven to the edge by grief and a thirst for revenge. And Luke Evans is equally impressive as James, a man haunted by his past and desperate to atone for his sins. However, it's the final 15 minutes of the film that truly sets it apart. In a single unbroken take, we are plunged into the chaotic world of the cartel. As man closes in on his prey, the body count rises and the tension builds to a fever pitch. This is not for the faint of heart, but it's a masterclass in suspense. If you're a fan of thrillers, then this is definitely one to add to your watch list. It's brutal, it's intense, and it will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very end. So if you're looking for something to watch tonight that will make you think, then look no further. You won't be disappointed. In other news, Netflix has finally released the first trailer for The Witcher Season 4, which will be the last to feature Henry Cavill as the iconic monster hunter Geralt of Rivia. Season 3 left fans on a cliffhanger, with Cavill's character making a shocking decision that will have far-reaching consequences. The new season will pick up with Geralt taking his adopted daughter, Princess Cirilla, to the legendary wizard school, the Brotherhood of Sorcerers, in order to train her powers. But they are not the only ones seeking out the school's knowledge and power. As the trailer reveals, an evil force is also on the prowl, hunting down those with magical abilities for nefarious purposes. Geralt and his fellow sorcerers must band together to protect Ciri and defeat the darkness that threatens to engulf them all. With plenty of action, adventure, and intrigue, The Witcher Season 4 looks set to be another thrilling installment in the series. Don't forget to tune in when it hits Netflix in July 2024. Finally, streaming service Peacock has announced the release date for Poker Face, Lady Gaga's highly anticipated thriller series, set to premiere on September. The 5-episode miniseries follows a casino worker who discovers she has a unique ability to detect when someone is lying. Using her newfound power, she embarks on a cross-country journey where she encounters a colorful cast of characters while trying to avoid the clutches of a mysterious man who wants to weaponize her gift. The series also features an impressive supporting cast, including Oscar nominee Edward Norton, Natasha Lyonne, and rapper Lil Wayne. Poker Face marks Lady Gaga's return to television since her acclaimed performance in American Horror Story Hotel in 2015. With such a talented cast and crew behind it, Poker Face is sure to be a hit with viewers. Do you forget to mark your calendars for September and get ready to binge watch all 5 episodes on Peacock. And that's all the news I have for you today. But before you go, I need to know what you think. What are your thoughts on the trailer for Poker Face? Are you excited to see Lady Gaga back on the small screen? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any more of our videos. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.